My dog is crying at the top of the stairs. I'm gonna go check on her. So she just had dinner and was like, I'm done. Let me come back to the party. So I let her go back to the party. So let's go ahead and do our own party here with problem number 58. Problem number 58 says, which of the following is the derivative of 2 over x minus 3x squared? And the problem is, well, let's wait until we talk about what the problem is. So let's go ahead and take the derivative. Power rule derivative. This thing right here, this term, should be easy for us to take the derivative of. 3x squared becomes, take the 2, multiply it by the 3 to make it a 6x. And notice I have a minus in front of it. So I need to look for a function that has a minus 6x. So notice I haven't even taken the derivative of 2 over x. I just want to figure out which of these functions has a derivative that has a minus 6x. If I look at this first term, that would be a minus 3x. So that one is out. If I look at this next term, it certainly doesn't look like a minus 6x, but it's factored weirdly. And I have a minus 2 and I have a positive 3, which gives me a minus 6. So if I distributed that 2 in, I could have a minus 6x cubed over x squared is that first term, and x squared over x cubed cancels out to give you minus 6x. So this term here does actually, that combination there does give me a minus 6x. I haven't figured out what the next piece there is, but I do know that this thing does actually have a minus 6x, which is good. Let's see if any of the other ones do. No, that one doesn't, so that's out, and no, that one doesn't. So this is the only one that even has a minus 6x in it, so this has to be our answer. So as a multiple choice test taker, I would stop there and say that B is my answer. Now how about I show you now how we actually get that as the derivative of this. So derivative of a 2 over x means we need to write it first as 2 times x to the negative first, and then we can have our minus 3x squared. Now we can use the power rule. So negative 1 times 2 is negative 2x to the negative second. Subtract 1 from the power. Minus 2 times 3 is 6x, like we said already. So what do we do? Well, I'd probably write that as minus 2 over x squared minus 6x, first of all. But that doesn't look like any of these answers. So what have I done to get B to look like that? Well, notice that B is factored. It has that minus 2 factored out. So let's pull a minus 2 out. If I pull a minus 2 out front, we'd be left with 1 over x squared plus 3x, like that. Multiply the negative 2 back in, check it, make sure that it works. It does, but that still doesn't look like that. But notice these terms have a common denominator of x squared. So if I want to write a common denominator, I want that to have an x squared, which means I need to add 2 powers of x on the top, making it x cubed. So now that I have a common denominator, now I could say negative 2 times x squared in the bottom. I have a positive 3x cubed and a positive 1 in there, which is that final form right there. When you're taking a multiple choice test, oftentimes you will get an answer that doesn't look like the answer options, and you need to figure out how to rewrite yours to make it equivalent, or not equivalent, but to see which one is equivalent to it. And sometimes it's enough just to check certain pieces. So just knowing that that 3x squared became a negative 6x, I was actually able to figure out which one this had to be because of that minus 2 and the 3 right there. It was the only thing that even gave me a minus 6, so it was the only thing that could potentially be my answer.